Well, my name is Ryan Rodenbaugh. I work at Trust Token. We're the creators of TrueUSD, and moved out here, about October or so to really help drive growth in the Asian markets for TrueUSD.
Okay, so what is TrueUSD all about?
Yes. So, like I said, the company I work at is Trust Token, and we are focused on tokenization of real assets. And TrueUSD, which you can think of as tokenized US dollars, is our first product. It's a fully collateralized US dollar-backed stablecoin that's now traded on a bunch of the exchanges.
Cool. So how could I actually get some TrueUSD at this moment?
Yes.
Should I actually get an account with you, or like I should go on exchanges?
Yeah.
What is actually the best way?
So both of those methods are actually great. You can come directly to our website, which is app.truecoin.com. And after passing a KYC AML check, users from all around the world are able to purchase and redeem TUSD freely, one for US dollars. Just have to get set up a bank account and an Ethereum address. The other way to buy TUSD is through an exchange. And so at this point, we are traded on 70 exchanges, including Binance, Wobi, OKX, and many of the other largest exchanges in the world, along with about 10 or 15 OTC desks around the world. So if you're looking to buy a large quantity of TUSD, you're also welcome to do it there.
So for this bear market, I think stablecoin is really outshining everybody else.
Yes.
Can you expand a little bit more on that?
Yeah, so I think there's two things to that. One of the things that you see, especially in the media, is that in crypto, it seems like everyone really likes to have a narrative to kind of latch onto. And for 2017, it felt like that was kind of maybe the year of the ICO. And in 2018, as all the prices have cratered, we've seen now about 50 stablecoin projects launch from January 1st up until now, December of 2018. And so stablecoins are definitely a hot topic. So that's sort of like at the macro level, or at the media level maybe. But pretty much the basic level, I would say the reason that stablecoins are so hot is because stablecoins are hedged against volatile crypto market prices. And so, a good example is if a month ago, when Bitcoin was at $6,500, you had moved from 1 BTC into 6,500 TUSD. Now, as the price of Bitcoin is at about 3,200, you could go back and buy 2 BTC instead of that one. So stablecoins are just a great hedge in this bear market.
It's a great hedge. Is it also going to save you a lot of fees as well? Because I think if you actually change from Bitcoin to fiat,
Yeah.
and then back from fiat to Bitcoin, it's probably going to take like days, right? And
That's an excellent. That's
another pretty good use case.
That's an excellent point, in fact.
Yeah.
Yes, so there are, at least on the exchanges in the US that I'm familiar with, the on and off ramps from crypto to fiat come with a lot of fees, just because they are sort of monopolized, and that there aren't a lot of ways to do that. And then the other thing that you mentioned is that there are also long delays and wait times from moving from crypto to fiat. And moving from crypto to stablecoin is very fast. You're only limited by the speed of the Ethereum network.
That's awesome. So I think a lot of people know about Tether, and Tether is probably the #1 stablecoin by market cap at this moment. How much is it around? $1 billion, something like that?
I think Tether is now at about 2 billion, give or take, maybe 200 million.
Yeah, now especially nowadays, like it's gone up quite a bit, like for the past.
Down.
But TrueUSD has also climbed quite a bit in the rankings.
Yes.
I think it's 25 at one point. I was 26, I think, for today, the last time I looked, in terms of market cap. How is that benefiting your company at this moment?
Yeah, so I mean, it's frankly making my job a lot easier. Whereas, when I was reaching out to exchanges, say in July, a lot of times you kind of get the cold shoulder, where they'd say, we've got USDT, they've got high market cap, lots of liquidity. Why do we need another stablecoin? And I'd have to kind of sell them on the dream of TUSD. We're much safer. Maybe we can cover that next. And now it's a lot easier, where even though Tether is still massive, TUSD is now in the top 25 on CoinMarketCap. And so it's very tough to avoid. And especially over the past month, or past 2 months, as we've seen some craziness in USDT, exchanges have definitely been looking to stablecoin alternatives.
Exactly. So what's the difference between USDT versus TrueUSD?
Yes.
And I think Tether has came out quite a while already, right?
Mhm.
Compared to TrueUSD, but TrueUSD is really gaining this momentum. And can you explain why the users feel that TrueUSD is such a great product?
Yeah, so Tether has been around since 2014, and they've really sort of grown since 2017 or so. Now, there's really three areas where we're different and where I think we're an improvement. The first is that TUSD is ERC20 based, whereas Tether is based on the Omni protocol on top of Bitcoin. There's trade-offs on both, but for ERC20 tokens, it's easier integration. Everyone's familiar with them, and it's basically supported by all wallets very seamlessly. So it's quite easy to use. The second is that TUSD has had monthly attestation reports since we've launched. And what an attestation is, you can kind of think of it as like an audit light, where we work with a top 50 accounting firm in the US called Cohen and Company.
Mm-hmm.
And they come in on a monthly basis and verify that the funds that we have supporting TUSD actually match up with the amount of TUSD we have traded on exchanges. Tether has failed to do this consistently over the past 2 years or so. They've done an attestation here or there, but they've left these giant 6 to maybe 10-month gaps in between them, and that's raised a lot of suspicion. The third area that we're better, and truly the most important, is that TUSD is easily redeemable back into fiat and for very low fees. And so right now, if you want to move from USDT Tether back into US dollars, you need to do it through Bitfinex. And to do that, there are extremely high fees. I believe last I looked, the fees were about 3%. And so, that means that for every dollar that you try to move back into fiat, you're only going to get 97 cents back, which is insane. And then the second thing is that it's a very long wait time to actually get that redemption back. It can take anywhere from 14 days. And if you go on Reddit and read some of the horror stories, sometimes it's multiple months before people get their USDT. And with us, it's a couple days max.
Oh wow.
Sorry for the long answer, but
That-
I'd like to be thorough on
That
it.
sounds
Yeah.
pretty good. I mean, I need to get my money fast and
Yes, of course.
and with definitely less fees. I think that's one of the biggest challenges with in the cryptocurrency world is getting it in fiat, because a lot of times at the end you still want to have that money in fiat.
Yes. You want something stable.
Yeah, that too. And how does your company actually would make money if, like, if one coin is versus it's for one USD?
Yeah.
How do you make money really as a
Yes.
company? That's
Yes.
actually something that baffles a lot of viewers.
Yes, it is a very common question. And so I'd say, there's multiple models of stablecoins. With our model, which is fiat collateralized, we earn a bank interest on all of the funds that are held in escrow. And so right now, that's about 2% annually. Yeah, so in 2019, we will continue to double down our focus on the Asian market. I'll be out here for the next 3 to 6 months, if not indefinitely. We are going to be considering opening up a more formal office and hiring a team out here in Hong Kong. Still sort of to be decided, still working a lot of that out. One of the things that's been really sort of hot in Hong Kong has been STOs. And so we've begun speaking with some of the issuers and some of the people working on that to have TUSD sort of be the de facto payment method on a lot of those. And so you can imagine a piece of commercial real estate that's paying out a dividend or a form of sort of interest to the token holders. And rather than having to write a check and mail that to users every month, we would love to see that be paid out in TUSD. So we're speaking with people now about working on some of that.
Well, thank you very much for coming, man.
Yeah, it's my absolute pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right.